Want this security guard to confiscate any pro-union literature they see? Sure thing, boss. Okay, so seeing some other security-related posts here reminded me of one of my own instances of malicious compliance while working as a licensed security guard in a corporate factory setting. Be warned, this may be boring. Anyway, here goes. For some clarity, I'll call the security company the agency. The corporate site I was contracted to the company. The system is basically the same as a temp agency. You just need to go through a week of training to get a guard license. Ages ago, in a state south of Georgia shaped like a penis, I'd been working for about a year as a licensed security guard at a site. The company, whose employees were attempting to unionize. The company did not want this. The company was a big contract for the agency, so whatever they wanted they pretty much got. So in addition to normal security duties, we would be answering phones and forwarding calls, checking on environmental testing, and taking care of various tasks that were the responsibility of employees, mostly managers of the company, but could be foisted off on security due to our spineless site commander instead of hiring people to monitor those things. A few days after I started noticing pro-union literature on tables in the various break rooms and cafeteria, we got another task. Confiscate all union literature we may see on patrols or during our lunch break. We technically were on duty during breaks, so couldn't be off the clock, and would need to drop anything and respond were a situation to arise. The only reason as part of my job I would be in one of these areas is to eat lunch, or on a foot patrol inside the facility. What's important to understand about an inside patrol is that to make sure we actually did it, we had to carry around a UPC scanner and scan laminated barcodes taped to various places on site that the company wanted monitored, secured. We weren't expected to scan every barcode on every patrol as long as we scanned them all over the course of the day, but it was expected that we would scan the vast majority of them on each patrol. Now granted, I'm getting paid by the company via the agency, who took a 40% cut to provide security, and I'm going to do my job to the best of my abilities. But I'm very pro-union. The employees at this company would have been better off unionizing given the company's practices, both before and after. And frankly, I don't see how union literature is a security matter, especially when their anti-union propaganda was plastered everywhere and nearly every manager had been a member of a union in the much colder state the company was actually based in, and where all the upward mobility was because they were unionized. So here's where I maliciously complied. I started eating my lunch in my car. Perfectly fine with them. Radio is on and still on site. And I changed the way I patrolled. Normally I'd have gone into the various break rooms to eyeball them, just in case, even though there wasn't a scan point. But not anymore. No walking around the cafeteria eating area because no scan points. But I did scan every single barcode on that site every patrol. Every time. Even the out-of-the-way ones that were nearly impossible to find until you'd worked the site for a while. Kept this up for about a month until the union sadly but predictably failed to unionize the company, given the constant barrage of fear-mongering and outright lies. I left Dick State shortly after for greener pastures. TLDR. Site I worked at as a guard demanded I confiscate any pro-union literature I might see, so I made sure I wouldn't see any. Get the instruction in writing, forward it to the NLRB, and confiscate all the union-related posters that you notice, starting with the anti-union stuff. I was hoping to hear you were tearing down the company-posted anti-union propaganda. It was in effect union literature. I'd have started bringing more stuff in opaque paper bags and leaving it random places. Nope. I didn't see anything while I was on site. Why isn't the flag flying? Quote, security put up the flag at my old gig. Well, the Union defeated the Confederates in 1865, so we destroyed it. Also found a bunch of documents related to the U.S. government. Also Unionist, we tossed all of it. A more effective malicious compliance would have been to carefully confiscate all pro-union literature anywhere you saw it, and even keep a log of what you were confiscating so as to document it well. Oh yes, and to accidentally share that log with some key union organizer along with the suggestion that they might want to share it with the NLRB. Because confiscating pro-union literature is a violation of federal law. Your routes and scannings sound incredibly like somewhere I worked at, to the point of knowing all the security well enough to know them by first names. Good on you though. I am a manager and co-owner of a company. I ask every new employee to list what union they are a member of on the paperwork they complete on the first day. If they are not a union member, I tell them who the union representative is. I don't ask people to sign up. That is not my decision to make. But if asked, I highly recommend it. I simply don't understand why some companies are so anti-union. Sure, there can be some irritating minor moments, but having my employees protected and represented by a union who knows what is required makes our cooperation so much easier. And in effect, it protects the company from regulatory issues as well, since they will hint at or directly point to things before it becomes an issue. There are so many rule changes all the time, we sometimes miss it and then it is pointed out to us in a friendly manner. In my opinion, the unions lift us all. I would just screenshot all the barcodes for the areas with union literature, print them, and scan them remotely. Confiscate all union literature, those exact words? Because anti-union literature mentions unions. Get the info to the workers. Get them to start putting union slogan stickers on all company tools and vehicles. Start confiscating company tools, forklifts, hard hats, crane remote controls, doors, step ladders. Go nuts. And pile up all this union literature in a room somewhere. That will look like a junkyard. Random tangent. If you had to scan barcodes with your scanner, and you happen to take a digital picture of each barcode with your phone, you could conceivably scan the barcode's picture and be compliant. It would be unethical to just build a library of these photos and just sit at your station and scan them all in the same order and allowing for travel time in between the real barcodes. Unfortunately, no MC would probably only have been MC if you would have told employees that you need to take away the pamphlet they were currently reading because it's pro-union or something. You simply did not comply to their request. Meh. Unions are a corrupt shadow of what they should be. They had their time and place, and they are not much more than an appendix to the working world now. A useless organ that just has a tendency to consume nutrients and occasionally catastrophically rupture.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.